Excellencies, dear all, happy good morning. It's really my great pleasure to welcome you all today, this morning, to the 2025 GovSat.com. The interest in this event, as we see, is really ever growing. I'm delighted that over 2,000 space experts and enthusiasts registered this year. Thank you, LuxGovSat, for organizing this very important event, and really congratulations, because this is really an amazing turnout today. The increasing number of participants in this conference reflects the growing importance of satellite communications, especially in the event of increasing international tensions or newly arising conflict. Today, leading stakeholders and actors of the satellite communications sector are gathering here in Luxembourg. The focus of this conference is, of course, satellite communication. But as we know, this week marks the third tragic anniversary of the illegal and unprovoked Russian war of aggression against Ukraine. Today marks exactly 1,100 days of war. Hundreds of thousands dead, injured, victims of sexual violence, forcibly displaced and abducted. It's also been 11 years since the legal annexation of Crimea. So let me be clear, Luxembourg will continue to stand with Ukraine. We will continue to stand by the principles of democracy, freedom, international right, human rights, state sovereignty, and the inviolability of borders. We must stand on the right side of history. We all want this brutal war of aggression to end. We need to continue to support Ukraine so that it can negotiate from a position of strength. Ukraine has to be at the negotiating table as a strong player, not on the table as a bargain chip. We want a peace that Ukraine has negotiated on equal terms, a peace that is sustainable, a peace that is secured, so that Russia's aggressive and imperialist ambitions are contained. And Europe has a very decisive role to play, both in its own defense and for European security, of course. The consequences of the Russian war of aggression, the global tensions, and the challenges, they are very real. Europe and Luxembourg have to step up in all military domains. We need to strengthen the European pillar in NATO. For Luxembourg, this means that we will have to invest more than ever in our defense. We need capabilities that will reinforce our common deterrence and defense posture. Space assets help us to locate, to track, to observe, to coordinate, and to communicate. Satellite communications are crucial in modern military conflicts because they rely on fast, efficient, and secure communication channels. Resilient, performant, and flexible space communications capabilities have become essential in military operations in the 21st century. We are determined to invest more in our space assets, meeting the demands of the rapid technological changes we are witnessing. Luxembourg's ambitions in the space domain are guided by our national defense space strategy, which outlines our vision and objectives in this sector. In SATCOM, Luxembourg Defense has built up considerable expertise over the past years, and we fully leverage the know-how of our national private satellite sector to expand our capabilities and to increase their resilience. SES, the national world leader in SATCOM, is one of our privileged partners. Our common endeavor started in 2015 with the public-private partnership LuxGovSat, a major milestone for Luxembourg defense and the first national step as a spacefaring nation providing security. Today, thanks to the phenomenal effort of all its collaborators, SAS and the Luxembourg Directorate of Defense, LuxGovSat turned out to be an absolute huge success. The company has established itself as an important actor, providing secure satellite communication capabilities to trusted governments and to institutions. Beginning this year, GovSat-1 will join 5 other NATO nations that provide satellite communications services in the framework of the NATO SATCOM Services 6th Generation Program. By pooling and sharing our space assets, we will gain in efficiency, we will gain in efficacy. GovSat has become a clear example of the benefits of combining forces and leveraging strengths between government and economic actors. That is exactly why we are currently discussing, together with SAS, the prospect of a second satellite, GovSat-2. As Luxembourg's Minister of Defense, I believe it's crucial to leverage our national expertise in satellite communications and more generally in space to increase resilience of our and allied armed forces. The use of commercial space assets by national defense, NATO, and institutions to complement any governmental or military space assets is becoming really a matter of necessity. Over the past 5 years, the number of active satellites has more than quadrupled from 2,500 to over 10,000. This is illustrative of the overall trend that we are witnessing. Commercial entities have developed and widely developed new capabilities in space. The commercial development of space capabilities now drastically outpaces government and military development, which has in the past constituted the vast majority of activity in the space domain. The proliferation of commercial assets in space increases the capabilities offered, their resilience, and the options of the defense users to cover their needs in the domains remaining not accessible to many of our allies. In order to provide sustainable, reliable, and secure commercial SATCOM capabilities in the most efficient and affordable manner to partner nations at all times, Luxembourg Defense, together with our long-standing partner in space, the United States, developed the global commercially contracted SATCOM support partnership under NSPA framework. And I am happy to announce that this January, the Netherlands joined this partnership. Multinational cooperation truly is the way forward in the space domain, creating synergies and economies of scale. We invite our allies to join this partnership as well. In September last year, NSPA awarded the first contract in the framework of the support partnership to SAS for medium Earth orbit global services. This program enables the United States and Luxembourg to acquire O3b mPOWER capacities from SAS through NSPA. Together, we will leverage the advantages of the state-of-the-art SAS satellite constellation, paired with sovereign government gateways, which allow for global, flexible, and high-performance satellite communication. And a shout-out to the representatives of the US, NSPA, and SAS, who are all present here today and who will address you later on. Thank you, all of you, for joining us and teaming up with Luxembourg Defense to make this really a common endeavor and to make this common endeavor happen. In order to keep the upper edge in space, we constantly need to invest, we need to innovate, we need to invent, and we need to reinvent. Space remains a key domain for Luxembourg Defense. We will continue to develop our space capabilities, and we will fully leverage the national space industry to benefit of Luxembourg, of NATO, of EU, and the national space sector. Lastly, I very much welcome that the EU has designated a commissioner for defense and space. I met with Mr. Kubilius a few days ago, and we will meet again in Brussels next week. But you see, this portfolio clearly underlines how closely linked these two domains are. Together, we need to set ambitious targets, and there is clearly space for improvement, be it in the SATCOM, Earth observation, or situational awareness domains. On this note, I also welcome the recent signature of the concession contract for IRIS² with the Space Rise Consortium led by SAS together with Eutelsat and Hisdesat. This future European constellation is set to provide connectivity services to meet the rising demand for secure, high-speed connectivity for the EU and for its member states. I'm pleased that with co-financing both from the European Commission and from our government, Luxembourg will be able to host the control center infrastructure. So once again, Luxembourg strengthens its role as a strategic partner in secure satellite communications, while supporting Europe's initiatives and fostering job creation in this region, which is also very important. Ladies and gentlemen, before concluding, I want to pay special tribute to a fantastic lady and good friend, Sasha Bailey, who was the first chair, can I say chairwoman, of GovSat. We have worked together for many years. I think this is one of her last performances as Lux Innovation Chairwoman, and Sasha will be taking up a new position 1st of March again and continuing to work in the interest of our country. Really tribute to you, Sasha, because you were here from the beginning on this adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, with over 2,000 visitors present today, I'm sure that there will be plenty of fascinating discussions, so let us work together and let us work forward together. I thank you very much for being here today and have a great day.